It's the Cornermen Radio Live with BARZINI and BOXINGEYE. Yo, shout out to the whole LDBC. You can tune in to the Mobcast, the Smoke City Mobcast, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, me and BOXINGEYE been talking about Jaime Munguia. He looking like he's coming back on the Canelo and Triple G co-main event September 15th. I really like Jaime Munguia, man. I've been telling that, I've been expressing that on this TCR show, and I like how active he's keeping in. This is going to be his 5th fight this year. We just saw him knock out Sadam Ali. Just gave us a fun fight last week Saturday, and now is going back in the ring September 15th as a champion. You know what I mean? I know he's not going to fight one of the top 10 best junior middleweights, super welterweight contenders or fighters, or even a champion, but we were discussing who are the likely names. We were saying Kamegai. You know, he's on the Golden Boy Promotions. We also said Curtis Stevenson. Curtis Stevenson called him out after beating his fellow partner, Sadam Ali. Then, also, we said, and they both fought last week Saturday. But, you know what I mean? And another person we thought about Brian Castano from Argentina, the regular WBA champion, who has 15 wins. Then we brought up, who was the next opponent we brought up? We brought up James Kirkland, who was also signed to Golden Boy Promotion. And a lot of people know James Kirkland. Every time this man goes in the ring, he gets a big fight. You know, a lot of people love James Kirkland just like me. You know, I had him on we had him on our show. I interviewed James Kirkland, and, you know, it was a good interview. I enjoyed the interview with James Kirkland. The other guy we said, who was the last guy we said? There was a 5th person.
I'm not sure.
The 5th person we said. We said Curtis Stevenson, Castano, James Kirkland,
Margarito,
Kamegai.
You said?
Margarito, Antonio Margarito, because they both, I think Margarito signed a Zanfer promotion as well. And the next person was Gabe Rosado. Now, we heard Gabe Rosado is fighting Angulo in a rematch next month. We know this Kamegai is fighting next month. So those 2 guys is out of the picture. We just saw an article yesterday, Castano is looking to fight Lara.
Mm-hmm.
So that's out of the picture. The likely next opponent is James Kirkland, Curtis Stevenson, and Antonio Margarito. Now, who you think is going to be the Cornermen? What you think? What's your thoughts on September?
I think Curtis Stevens, man, because Showtime. I think he's coming off a KO on the undercard of the Munguia fight. It was untelevised. He is from Brooklyn.
But they were in the Dominican Republic. Curtis Stevenson was in the Dominican Republic.
Well, he fought the same day, right?
Yeah, same day.
So my thing is, he was in the corner when Sadam Ali got blown out. You know what I mean? He's bigger than Sadam Ali. He's been fighting at middleweight a long time. He said he wants to fight at 154. He's a name. They need to get a name if they're going to put him as the co-main on Golovkin. It's one of those pay-per-views that people are ordering. They don't give a fuck about the undercard. They're tuning in for Canelo Golovkin too. But, you know, they're going to try to get some Jaime Munguia some exposure. Of course, Castano would be a top 10 154-pounder. It would be a great, you know, matchup for a treat for the hardcore fans. Definitely, that's a good appetizer before the main plate. Curtis Stevens isn't a bad appetizer, though, at all. we could see if he can land flush. Munguia's defense looks sloppy. Curtis Stevens got a left hook from hell. If he could land it before getting torn up, we haven't seen him at 154. He's bulky. It's probably their best realistic option, you know. Did you say Castano? Because Castano's with Al Heyman. Is he under Al Heyman?
Yeah.
Is he advised by Al Heyman?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably going to bring him up against Lara, like, you know, that little Spanish article we checked out. That would be a good fight for Castano. If Lara can't get Jermell, if he can't get a rematch, you know, let's see Castano. You know, the kid looks like a savage. You know, could he put Lara out of his misery, or is he not ready? You know what I mean? So I don't think they're going to get Castano, even though that would be great. It's looking like, and James Kirkland, bro, he's been out too long. He's got a chin issue. Everybody knows Munguia's going to knock Kirkland out. You know, Kirkland's got maybe 1 or 2 rounds to try to catch. You know, that'll be, if they want a 3-round, 4-round fight before the main event, go get James Kirkland. You know, Margarito, no one's going to take that. You know, Margarito was Munguia. Fucking, 2006, like fucking 12 years ago. You know what I mean? So, no one's going to take that fight seriously. At least Curtis Stevens, we know what he's about. It'd be interesting to see if Munguia is going to do what Lemieux did to Curtis Stevens. Like, if he can go out there, you know, we judged him on how his performance with Liam Smith. Now let's judge him on how Golovkin did to you know, Curtis Stevens, how Lemieux did to Curtis Stevens. Let's see how Munguia does against Curtis Stevens. That's basically, that's the only fight I could see, you know. And Curtis going to take that fight in a second. So that would have to be my pick, honestly. And I think I've been saying that for a minute, but yeah, that's my take on it. What about you?
You also said one of the top 15 154 ranked fighters. Nah, well, he's already fighting J-Rock. I don't know why you brought up him out of everyone. He's fighting J-Rock in the IBF title.
Well, I was looking on BoxRec and looking at the different WBO like little titles they have, like the Asian title, you know, the Spanish, you know, like the Latin, like all the WBO belts, and I was like, oh, this dude, but and then you told me he's fighting. I had no idea he was fighting J-Rock. So it's funny that J-Rock's even fighting that dude, but he was like 13-0-1, you know. Yeah. So,
but J-Rock is fighting that dude for the IBF title eliminator.
But my thing is why I love Munguia being on the undercard because it makes it better. But it's like this dude just did pretty good HBO numbers, 800,000. I mean, they could put him on his main event if they wanted to. They just don't. They need to get an opponent for him. You know, so I don't know what they're gonna do with Munguia, bro.
I can tell the people who's on the top 15 WBO. We had Liam Smith is out of the picture. He was ranked number 1. He was Munguia mandatory. It was Dennis Hogan, number 2. Julian Williams, number 3. We already know he's fighting the Takeshi Inoue guy for the IBF title eliminator. You got Brandon Cook, number 4. Takeshi Inoue, number 5. Kell Brook, number 6. Arizandi Lara, 7. Khan, 8. Tony Harrison, 9. Bakram, number 10. Patrick Teixeira. Arem, I don't even know how to pronounce number 12. Sebastian Formula, 13. Leon Williams, and number 15, Patrick Altilli. I don't know. But I don't know, man. I feel like we could discuss that fight matchup some more, but I don't see Jaime Munguia fighting. He's got to be fighting a name because they making that the co-main event. You got David Lemieux and Gary O'Sullivan on the card. It's not a bad fight. It's a fun fight, but those are two names people at least know, and they can really make that the co-main event if Jaime Munguia ain't gonna fight no names. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
If he ain't fighting his names, he ain't gonna fight on the co-main. He gonna fight on another HBO show.
Well,
Listen.
I know he's going to be on there. I just don't know if he's going. They say he's going to be a co-main event, but if he fights a no-name fighter as the co-main event, that is bad. He at least has to have a name.
My perspective on the whole thing with what Golden Boy has, realistically, I don't want to see. The last thing I'm gonna say, I don't want to see a Kamegai fight. I don't want to see a Kirkland fight. I don't want to see any of the only fight I'll be like, okay, is Curtis Stevens. Because at least he got a fucking left hook. You know what I mean? And I could see, like, because I'm hoping that he can land that left hook on Munguia. And can Munguia really, you know, it seems like he got a chin, but I want to see Curtis land that shit on him. That's the only, I know he'll beat Curtis Stevens, though. But that's like the only fight, man.